Hey, hi, hello, good evening, good afternoon, good night, and whatever other hellos fit at 2 p.m. Montreal time. Welcome for another exciting episode of This Week on Dead by Daylight. I'm putting my little Gamepedia mug here. I really like this mug, by the way. Thank you, our friends at Gamepedia. And see this shiny new Alienware thing? That thing looks like
this thing is so enormous. I'm like hidden behind it.
But it's kind of shiny though. I like it. Looks like a spaceship. All right, we're done with the
intro. Maybe saying hi to mods.
Yeah, no. But I was saying we're done with the part where we're doing product placement.
There we go.
There you go.
Mods.
Now introductions. Hi to our mods.
Wait.
Who do we have modding today? We have Suggestive, I saw, and Sassy's here. I believe Faded is here, which is great.
I
do you have that? You don't have the thing?
Twitch TV. It's just
got in the way. I will try to see who else is there. We have... oh, Peanuts is here. So, there you go. Thank you very much for you to help us make this happen. Bjorn, once again... Say hello to Nightbot. Hi, Nightbot, I guess.
Hi.
I'm not sure that's a thing. It is now. Okay. I'm Mathieu Côté. I assume my name is spelled right. I don't see because of the camera.
It is spelled right.
Oh, yeah, but you left the title is... Well, anyway, it's fine. We'll fix it. It's absolutely fine. Thanks, Bjorn. Great efforts today. Obviously... of language issues. And here with me, as usual, is you.
Hi, me.
Yes.
Queen. Community manager. Hi, guys. Okay, so maybe we're going to
let's start with the first thing.
Yeah.
I have this on my list here. It says 1.5 WTF. That stands for what the fuck. Yeah, we're allowed to say that. We clicked the little thing that says it's for adults. Everybody watching, you're adults, right? Good. So, as some of you know, you were there playing the PTB, and you saw that there were a few issues, but then we patched it, got much better, and then we have a long list of fixes that we've done because we've gathered all the feedback. Thank you again for helping with that.
Basically, my whole Monday was going through every post in the forums and trying to get data in and compare to the QA list of bugs that they found. So we got a lot of things coming in from the community. So that's actually really good. Good job, guys, on testing the PTB. We had
helps a lot.
We had an awesome participation. 10% of players.
About 10% of the usual player base went on to the PTB to play, so
for
we almost had 1,000
days,
people.
And then after...
Well, obviously it died off. And the thing is, what you saw at the end of the PTB it was not the fixed version of things. We went out after that and then we fixed things, but we didn't push it back again because this requires us to test the build internally, and it's a lot of stuff that we need to do. So for us, it was better to just know what's wrong with the PTB, fix it. But one thing eluded us. The problem someone was saying, in 1.5 you can switch the killer powers. No, that was in the first already. 2 hours of the PTB. It was fixed instantly because we realized quickly, oh, that thing is in, therefore if we leave it in, then the PTB is not going to be a valid test because people will not be playing properly. Obviously, too many people were having fun giving the chainsaw to Myers and things like that. So we fixed it. We left the rest of the PTB to be there to be valid experiment. However, right now we still have a freeze that happens once in a while. It's one of those horrible bugs where we have no clue. Oh, there seems to be a lot of questions about the DLC.
Yeah,
okay,
we're coming.
DLC is coming after 1.5. So let me get back to the 1.5 bit, which is right now we're trying to pinpoint that freeze that happens. We're getting closer, but until we're happy. So here there's about 50 people playing. We get the freeze once in a while, a couple times a day, which means that if we were to push what we have right now to live, probably 100, 200 of you would be getting a freeze at any given moment, which is unacceptable.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I will kindly ask you to stop spamming DLC because we are going to answer some questions about that, but like it's
not useful.
It's not useful, and we are going to it because we know you guys want to know about it.
So the DLC is not coming out today. It's not happening right after this stream ends. It's not. So there we go. There we go. But the 1.5, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna make it good so that when we actually push it to live, all those cool changes that you've seen, all those bug fixes that you've seen on the PTB, will make it into the live branch, and everything will be peachy. So, yeah, that's what's happening right now. And as soon as that is done, we will be able to roll out the DLC in a timely fashion, which is probably a couple days afterwards. We want to make sure we don't patch on the last day of a week. Today is the last day of the week for most people out there because it's I think it's Zombie Jesus birthday or I don't know. I'm not a religious man, but something like that. There's chocolate involved. I'm happy with that.
All right. So basically, we won't patch today. One day before a long weekend. It's not happening.
No. We've done that in the past. We said we'd never do it again. Then we did it again, and then we said, "Oh fuck, we're never doing that again." So we're most likely not going to do that again. So that's about 1.5 in the DLC right now. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. So maybe we can go. So 1.5 DLC. We're gonna go back on.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it again. There's a lot of
1.5 questions. There's a lot of questions about it. We have answers. So let us get to it.
Oh, I just noticed that Clyde is here. He was not listed in the mods for some reason in there. Very sorry, Clyde. Thank you very much for being with us again. You are a gentleman. Especially because whenever I look at you, all I see is David Lynch's face, and that is a very good face to have chosen. So there. Next, we have a few announcements I need to get to. So there's going to be a big giveaway that starts today at, actually it started an hour ago or something. It started at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. So
it's like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah. There's Alienware doing a big giveaway. We're going to put the URL in this. Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll put the URL into this. I'll send the email over so we can have I'll send you the link, Bjorn, in a second. We'll put the URL in there. There's a huge giveaway of keys for Dead by Daylight from our friends at Alienware. It's gonna be awesome. Level giveaway. Yeah. There's gonna be a bunch of waves of keys being given out, which is great. Next, Twitch Brazil. The Comic-Con Brazil is starting today, and they are having a big Dead by Daylight tournament. It's going to be live streaming at around 4 p.m., and they will be handing out exclusive items for Claudette.
Yes.
It's probably started now. So another exclusive item that's going to be impossible to get.
We're going to talk about
tournament.
Tournament now. What's happening this weekend?
Yes, that's the other news.
Because
it's an exciting one.
A lot of people are spamming chat with it, and I can actually answer it. So, double Blood Twin weekend?
This weekend?
Question mark?
Yes.
Easter Blood Hunt. Yay! Woo!
So there's going to be a double Blood Point weekend this weekend. So, yay. All right, there's a question. Who answers the emails sent to deadbydaylight@bhvr.com? Is
really
it you?
Good, really
it's
good
not
question.
Just you?
Okay, so how it works is we have people who are going to funnel the emails to the right person.
They're not going to. They're doing it right now.
Yeah, they're doing it right now. Sorry. So I'm going to answer more of a community matter kind of emails, ban appeals, Twitch shirts, codes, all this thing, right? And then I obviously cannot answer very technical bug problems and stuff like that. It is not going to be me. So it's going to be sent to actually people who can answer those kind of questions. Actually, it is being sent to them. Right now, for my part, I know I have a lot of people asking questions about Twitch shirts and everything. I'm going to answer you at some point.
Bjorn, do I send that to you on link or do I send that to the machine or something? Ah, there you go. You're always one step besides.
All right.
There you go.
So we have Easter Blood Hunt.
Easter Blood Hunt. That is cool.
Starting when, Matt?
I do not have this on my sheet. I believe it's tonight at midnight.
You heard him. We need to switch it up.
This might be a lie. I have been known to lie.
So I'm going to keep you guys posted on that. I'm the one who's responsible to put it out there. So the second I have an exact hour and date, I'm putting it out on Twitter and on Steam and on everywhere I can do it. All right? Tournament rules. We are trying right now to put together the whole tournament asset rule from Dead by Daylight to have official Dead by Daylight tournament. So I've been talking to a couple of tournament organizers, and I'm setting up a set of rules, and we want to basically get people from those tournament and eventually make a big thing official tournament Dead by Daylight.
So there's a bunch of people who've held tournaments so far, but the biggest issue that there is that none of them use like organized rules. So if you won in one tournament, let's say, you couldn't say I'm the best in another place because obviously they play by different rules. So do you speak French, not Queen?
Yes, I do.
Non, t'es supposé dire
oui. Oui, je parle français.
Bon. Moving on. So a lot of people, we need to sort of standardize the tournaments for Dead by Daylight. So we're working on that. We're working on that. You're working on that. Really?
Yes, I am working on that. Yeah, with people from the community that have been nice enough to communicate to me how they've been doing, what were their experience. I am actually going to participate in some tournaments to actually have the experience and see what's up. So from a player point of view. All right. So that's it for tournament rules.
Well, as soon as we have tournament rules, the next step for us will be to actually organize an official tournament that's going to start in a few different places around the world and funnel all those winners until we get a big finals, and then we can crown someone up. We can. Oh yes, so the link is now at the top right there for the Steam Keys giveaway. Yeah, some people will scream it in chat. Oh, yeah, Faded has already posted it because our mods are good. Thank you.
All right. Community report. So every week, so I'm working on it, right? It's a work in progress. So every week I'm going to go and try to tell you guys what we're working on here and what's coming up and what I think are the 5 most important things. Killer, survivor, and general issues. So, I don't know. Hello. Can you start the... Thank you.
I wanted to say one last thing before the tournament. We're done with talking about the tournament. So someone organized a tournament a little while ago.
There we go.
And we helped them with some keys and things, and they were very thankful. And they sent me something very special as a thank you for the help we did. And I want to show it. I'm not wearing it today because this is something that I'll be wearing in the comfort of my own home. But this beautiful unicorn outfit that I can now...
Okay.
Yes? Do you want to say something?
Next stream, can we have Matt in this?
No, but Bjorn really, really wants to be forced to do it. It's one of those things that he really hopes that we force him to do it, and then he's going to be like, oh, okay then. And then he's going to be wearing it, and he's going to be so happy. So that's what might happen. I'm just saying. So thank you very much to our friend out there. That's
it's Judy 7.
Thank you very much for this. A beautiful, it's very soft.
Next too. Killer.
Not the next killer, but a unicorn onesie for me. There you go. It's very hard to find onesies that fit me. I'm 6'2" and I'm a little big.
I think next week you will have to do it.
We'll see.
If we're reading the chat right.
I'm not looking at the chat. I'm just checking what suggestive is not saying right now. But suggestive is saying things.
All right. Yes, can we... So, this is very important.
We're so very small.
It's so very small.
No, we are small.
Oh, we are small. Yeah,
feel
we're
very
here.
tiny.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll just
so
eat.
This is the priorities for our team right now. And you guys got to understand, when is the patch? Really? Were you here? Okay. So, first priority for us, stable 1.5 update. This is coming first, right? In order to make the game viable, we need to have a stable 1.5 update. End of story. We are working on everything you guys gathered from the PTB, and we want to make sure we fixed the freeze bug before we put it out. Second priority, DLC. New content is coming after patch 1.5. All right? Even if you're begging, even if you're excited, I'm excited too. Hello, I'm a player, I want to play it, but all things in order. Then, after DLC is done, we're going on to community issues. And this is where I come in and I say, hey guys, this is the priorities I see from killers, from survivors, from a general point of view. What can we do to fix that, right? And finally, cosmetic packs and community activities. When I say community activities, is tournament, contest, and stuff like that. While we're doing all of this, and you guys need to understand this, really important, it's ongoing because we are working on the console version at the same time. Another team is working on it, right? So we have the PC team and the console team. Yes, they talk to each other, right? But it's two things going at the same time. All right. Next slide, please. General priorities. What I gather from a general standpoint. Those are the ones I see the most. That doesn't mean there's none others, right? But those are the most I see. Those are the ones I see the most. So FPS and optimization. I put that first. Because I think...
just to be clear, this is what you scream at us, that those are the priorities. It does not necessarily mean that this is the order in which things will get done. But we want to make it clear that we are listening much closer to what, hopefully, the overall community is saying.
Exactly. Then we have the blood web. Perk appearance. Can we make it go faster? Because when you have 500k points, you don't want to spend 15 minutes to do the blood web, stuff like that. So blood web, I would say balance. Then we have bans. In the community right now, there's a lot of people who are asking for soft bans. This person did this. Can we permaban them? So this is going to be something I want to work on, clearing up the permaban reason and instigating a soft ban system. So this is, for me, one of the priority general, right? Survive with Friend is in Survivor, by the way. Okay. Maps. There's a lot of issues that are, of course, 1.5 fixed a lot of things on maps, but there's still a lot of issues that are reported from the community about maps. The way they are made, maybe Pale Rose is too big. We don't know. It's always an ongoing process to go back in maps and see what's up. So maps are here. Ongoing feedback on 1.5. So of course we're gonna drop that patch, and I'm gonna have to go around and ask for feedback. And this is where bloodlust and everything that's in the patch is gonna be analyzed. All right. Thank you. Can I have the next one? Killer priorities. All right. So I have camera position, referred at FOV, which just to give you an idea. This is currently being investigated and looked at.
Like from one to the other engine change, there was no change on our side, but in certain hardware specifications with certain resolutions, there are a few changes, and that's what we're trying to pinpoint exactly.
There you go. Unreliable scratch marks. The post I made on Steam really got me a lot of interesting data that I logged in the system, so the bug is officially there for me. As soon as patch 1.5 and DLC is done, those priority are the ones I'm going to scream at them. Palette looping, this is a grieving. A lot of killer are talking about it. What can we do about this? So we're going to talk about it here. Killer balance. I put rate and hag and everything in killer balance because obviously there's killers that might need a little love. So that's it. And ag, what? But I want to see what's up with ag in 1.5 before
absolutely.
Before we say ag needs a buff again. All right. Experts and totems. I think it is time to talk about the Fool's Greed. Can we talk about it right now?
The full screen?
Fool's Greed.
Oh yeah, well it's in the list in there.
Okay.
It's an idea. I mean, for those of you who don't know, it's a perk idea that someone had about the hex. It's really cool, and we talked about it. We kicked it around the office a little here and there, and now we're really decided that we want this to happen at some point.
So correct me if I'm wrong. It is an idea from Abram and Glyph on Steam forums. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Please.
And the idea of this perk would be to have a hex that would spawn another totem that is lit. And when the survivor breaks it, he loses a perk. He loses the use of a perk for the whole game. So it makes the decision making of destructing all the totems like a little bit harder. Right?
By the way, Troll Annie is asking whose idea it was to change the rates after hit animation because it's adorable and they need a raise. The idea of changing it was from the animation team itself. They just said, you know, it's silly that he's wiping it on his shirt. You can't wipe that thing because we were essentially reusing the animation from the Trapper. And so they changed it. I'm not sure which one of them actually created that animation, but it was really adorable and funny.
Yeah, so to go back on totems, we are looking into it to give a little bit more reward to people who are playing X perks. All right, next. I see a lot of camping is grieving as well. Hello, it's there. So survivor priorities. Of course, we have Survive with Friends, one of the biggest and most talked about issue. I don't know if I want to explain that again. There was a small fix that we did. It helped a lot of people. For other, it didn't change anything. But that will be in community issues right after DLC. We're gonna start working on everything to fix it. A lot more to fix it because there's still always ongoing on that. Lag and disconnect. There's a lot of people who are talking about, you know, killers lagging, killers pulling the plug, so that's a problem the community says. Camping, hello, there it is. You guys see it. Camping, how can we encourage killers to leave the hook?
Yeah.
Because we're not saying we're gonna cancel camping as a strategy, we're just saying how can we make leaving the hook more appealing. More objectives to do for survivors. Because doing gens can be repetitive. And then items. Losing items on disconnect, items of bugs, etc. I know some fixes were done on 1.5 on that matter. So we're gonna keep that there for now, but I want to make sure, you know, everything is gonna be fixed about items before I put it out of the list. I take it out of the list. Just to make sure you guys understand, these lists, there are still like hundreds of other things down there. It's just the priority and the 5 top priority. Can I have the next one, please? Thank you. And then I have concerns. Like
those are your personal concerns?
No, those are the concerns of people on the forums.
Just
and
checking.
Everything. Bloodlust. The idea of bloodlust as a very divided.
Yeah.
You know.
Some people love it.
Some people love it. Some people hate it. Some people are saying it doesn't matter. So we're gonna see a little bit more after 1.5 drops on how the community in the whole is gonna react to that. We can state lots of noise around it. Lots of people are posting everywhere on that. We do not have a final version at the moment. It is still an idea, right?
The weakened state. I mean, we still think there's something good in there, but not in that
not
current.
How it was
implemented.
Being able to see player in Steam. Because question, what's up with that? Why is it not there anymore?
Mostly it's on consoles. It is a requirement.
Let me just answer. What about the FPS on low-end PCs? I talked about that already.
Yeah.
Please. All right.
Well, they're a little late, aren't they?
They were there.
Yeah, okay.
I saw the same
before. Yeah, so being able to see players in Steam, which is the issue in this exactly?
Okay, so when, for example, if you play as a survivor and you want to make sure you're not going to lag or you have so you can go and look at who you're playing against, the killer, right? And then you can see if you have the person blocked or if it's someone from all across the globe and you're going to lag a lot. So that's an issue for people. Yeah. They want to know who they're playing. I'm just saying, I'm doing like the mirror of the community.
So is the desire to have a better way to look at people and know exactly who you're facing? Or is the problem that you actually can find who you are against?
You can't now. On 1.5, you cannot see who you're facing.
And that's a problem.
That's a problem for a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are like, well, that's how it should be. So it's a discussion we need to have.
Good.
All right.
And a lot of these are conversations that need to be had. Same with bloodlust. Same with a lot of these things where it's not necessarily that it's good or bad. It's a lot of people are screaming on both sides. The more coherent and constructive you are, and you can bring actually, arguments that make sense, the more your opinion has a chance of actually being listened to. I'm just saying that. That's actually valid for everything in life, but specifically in this.
If someone takes time to put on some clips, explain the problem, express how they feel about the changes, it's way better than, this is not working. End of story. Mm-hmm. And you're like, all right, why? How many hours do you play? I don't know. There's a lot of factors that are around that. Nurse on the new map. I had that a lot. Can you test the nurse on the new map? Make sure she can blink everywhere. Well, I totally tested it, and we did manage to find some place where she couldn't blink. So, of course, it's an ongoing testing. We're fixing it. But yes, I did test it personally, and yes, we found some places on the map where I couldn't blink. So it's amazing. Stealth point with bloodlust. A lot of people think this should be a thing. We said last week that it will become a thing, but right now it's 1.5 DLC and then community issues. Thank you.
Is that it for the community report?
That was it for the community report.
That's very for me. Seeing these kinds of things is super important. It's very, very relevant. If you out there, you are the community, by the way, and this is supposed to represent you. So if you have suggestions, comments about how this should be presented, how this should be weighted or understood, please make your voice heard in a constructive, logical manner, and we will happily
Another thing I want to say about the community report is starting this week, I'm going to put them on Steam.
Yes.
Steam forums.
In a more detailed version.
In a more detailed version. So it's not going to be only the first 5 priorities. It's going to be all the other things I realize are a problem. And you are open, you are welcome to actually comment on this. And it's going to be amazing because I'm going to see and pinpoint maybe other problems. All right?
There we go. Thank you, Sodania. That's very nice. All right.
Queen is awesome. Thank you.
All right. Now we're up to Q&A. But before, I have a question here from Vandeus saying, question for Queen. How does one become a community manager? What kind of education is required? It seems like an awesome job.
Well, first off, Mathieu actually came to me. He invited me in because he thought, hey, you have a good approach of things and everything. I have a background in event planning, design, management. So, but it's the first time I actually do the community management for a whole game. So that's very new to me. Last week, Mathieu was talking about people who are giving people chances in life. Well, I'm kind of living like the dream, right? No, No, but seriously, like I'm a player, and the game I'm playing the most, the game director comes out and say like, "Hey, you want to work for us?" Hell yeah.
Well, it was important for us to pick someone who would be representative of who we're trying to make this game for. So, yeah. And we wanted someone who was going to be able to give us logical and constructive feedback, hopefully.
Second thing, I started playing Killer a lot more now, guys. No, I was playing Killer before, but now I'm playing Killer a lot more to really see better. You know, I'm taking my job really seriously. Okay.
Wiggle points.
Wiggle points. Oh yeah, we talked about that. It's on the list, but it's not on priorities.
So I read the question. It's a good question. Hey Matt, did you read my suggestions which I sent to you in personal email yet? And I don't remember because I received a lot, and I'm like, who is that from? And it's called the Unholy Iman. I'm like, wow, I would have remembered that. I don't think I received a suggestion.
Okay, can we have a voice chat system?
A voice chat system? No. Go back to the first stream we did. We answered that question with a resounding no, and it's the same. We're actually not going to have that either on consoles, which is usually a TRC for consoles. You need to be able to do that. And we said, oh, can we get a waiver on that? And it's, yeah, so that's going to happen.
Survive with Friend works fine on Russia region, but takes forever on NA. Is the matchmaking... Ooh, well, I lost it.
Okay.
Sorry.
There's a... Oh, yeah.
Are you still working on getting the YouTube logo license for shorts?
Yes. Yes, I believe so. We have to check after the stream. Let's talk.
YouTubers.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go quickly. Any plans to change face camping on the hook in the future? Teammates cannot help because the killer's body blocking the hook survivor. It's on ice right now because of all the stuff that we need to do, but it's part of the camping and figuring out how to make this better.
It's part of the camping point under survivor issues.
Why did you remove traps under hooks? The reduced disarm time and the coming kick mechanic should fix that. Why remove it altogether? People hated it. That's why.
And because also it was kind of making the whole saving a lot harder, a lot tedious to get there, and then you had like to disarm and everything. So yeah.
Give killers better FOV. That we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Why do camping crows spawn on survivors when the killer has never left the terror radius? Sometimes it's not practical to move very much when the killer is patrolling one spot. The crows are not your friends. The crows are an extension of the entity, which we all know is on the killer's side.
Apparently there's clicks.
The official notice from the design team is get out of there. So there.
So basically don't stay in one place. Even if the heartbeat is there, you have to move around, get out. Don't get crows.
Are you planning on fixing some of the inconsistencies on the DVD manual? There are things that conflict in different locations about the same subject, and it can make it difficult to know what it is true in the way of the lore. There's a whole website redesign. We have touched upon it a little bit, but right now we are redesigning the whole website, and that manual bit, the information part, is going to be part of that.
To make it clear, we're not taking any resources from inside here to make the website. We're going to an outside agency, and we're not putting our devs on that, all right?
Yeah.
Just before you guys say, well, before you do a website,
Do you plan on having any contests in the future? This could be similar to the Firecracker contest or something different. Yes, we do plan to.
And how? What? And what? Well, incoming is the 1 year anniversary.
Mid-June. And
I want to start a contest for artwork and cosplay for sure. And then we're going to have other ideas because this is going to be a big event. We didn't start to plan the event yet because we have the DLC to get out and everything to get out. But this is on my plate. So yes, there's going to be contests.
Fix the shrine and also PTB status and all. So the shrine has been fixed and the PTB is being worked on. The last thing, as I said, is that freeze that we need to squash And once we've done that, we'll be able to give it all to you on the live branch, and then we will move on to the DLC.
When does the PTB end? It is ended already.
Yeah, did they close it?
It
We were
is
talking about
ended.
it this morning.
It
so.
is ended
Okay.
already.
Good. Yeah. Oh, I have here. Thank you, Not Queen. It's nice to see this all being brought up with the devs, and comforting to know it's not only noticed but being discussed and will be worked on. Really appreciate that we have you and you as well, devs. Looking forward to how the game will go from here. That's very nice. Sulawakit, I guess. Okay.
Can you add regroup Cs? No, that just.
Okay, will you ever introduce a sandbox mode to test out bugs, glitches, or just practice the game to be better at it? We already have the PTB for the bugs and glitches, but can we have a sandbox to try out new survivor killer mechanics? That would be great. So, if I understand correctly, this is the kind of thing where you'd have like a gym where it's just an empty space in which you can put the trap down, testing the timing and things like that. We do have something like that internally, obviously, when we want to test things, but publishing that would be complicated, and I'm not sure how much value it would have. But you can use Kill Your Friends to try things in a safe setting where you're not going to lose progression, you're not going to depip, and you can do that with your friends and enjoy this. Any fix on the scratch marking bugs? We talked about it earlier.
Yeah, it is entered in the bug list, and it is on top priority for as soon as, 1.5 and DLCs are out. Thank you.
All right. I heard you won't give the shape Evil Within Tier 1 Bloodlust. Why is that so? It will get looped, blah, 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 blah. So there's a long description of the question. It comes down to why doesn't Michael Myers get to go faster when he's on Evil Within Tier 1? The answer is simple. Michael Myers Tier 1 should not be chasing. He should be stalking.
I've got two Myers Evil Within games yesterday, and they're actually really, really fun. But yeah, I don't think Bloodlust would be good on Evil Within 1.
Any chance of cosplayers to get some stuff?
Yes. We're referring to contests.
There you go. This is so in the way. If you want to get rid of looping, why don't you adjust the size of the capsules? Okay, capsules have nothing to do with that because they're almost identical for survivors and killers. Also, any changes to the capsule would change everything in the game, or many things in the game, and would have way too many repercussions. We tried a lot of stuff internally. We tried the capsule, we tried the turn speed, the acceleration, the fact that survivors would accelerate less when they're turning and things like that. We got lost in a deep rabbit hole in there, and that was not the option.
I have a good question here. Why are there no ultra rare perks anymore?
I do not know. I didn't know that.
There are no
more ultra rare perks?
The perks were all purple in the PTB.
Yeah.
Purple and green. Is there a reason for that?
Probably.
Game wise.
Not for the PTB. I'm pretty sure that's not
Don't ruin the 360. All right.
Can you implement a leaderboard for players that have reached rank 1 with 5 pips? Currently, there's no incentive. Absolutely. That's part of the league system that we discussed a little while ago. It is part of the things that we absolutely want to have in the game. It's going to be part of the tournaments. It's going to be part of a lot of reworks. But as you saw from the list of critical things that are in our way right now, this is not something we are working on. We've done designs on this. We've got documents ready. We've got a lot of stuff that we're ready to move on. Not gonna happen. Any chance for a killer lobby option to block out Survive with Friends? It could be optional too, like block Survive with Friends with up to 2, 3, 4 players. No. It would probably mean even more time waiting for Survive with Friends. That's the only result you'd get. Well, except for the killers who would not get the groups in there. Will there be a chance to get a second exit from the basement that may only be opened by sacrifice or something like that? No, basement is supposed to be extremely dangerous and a very shitty place to get caught.
Billy, basement party.
Something like that. You aware that getting pallet stunned or breaking a pallet makes you lose all of your bloodlust? This makes the NT pallet looping mechanic a pallet loop encourager instead.
Actually, I'm not sure it's a pallet loop encourager, because the goal of the pallet looper is to go around the same place as much as they can without using the pallet, and using the pallet at really the end when they need it. So basically...
No. Yeah, that's it. It's supposed to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
have you got any information about the weekend state? We talked about it a little bit. Right now it's on ice, more or less. We're redesigning it until we're happy with it. Any chance for game mode where survivors and killers get random skills, add-ons, items, and offerings? So you saw in the Kill Your Friends, which is now the tournament mode, more or less, in the game. There's an option for perks or no perks. We wanted to put in random and things like that, but we need to be able to put ranges and things. So we did the version 1 right now. It might come in if it's something that people feel is very interesting. So when you're starting to look into what people want in tournaments, and if that comes up, that could very well be a thing. What do we have here? Any updates on the 1-year anniversary or updates for the charity pack? So for the 1-year anniversary, we have a few things in the works. We're not going to say too much at this point, but definitely mid-June we'll have something. And for the charity pack, messages were sent to to all the streamers who had exclusive skins. We received responses from some of them so far, and then the next steps will be to put all that together and figuring out the best delivery method and pricing and all these things. So yes, it is coming. You'll have a way to buy all those amazing exclusive skins, and the profits will all go to charity 100%. Plan on making the Wraith able to destroy pallets and generator while invisible? No. He's not really fully there, and he's invisible, and he's not breaking stuff. There you go. What do we have here? Will there be something similar to Legacy Prestige in the future?
No Legacy. Legacy is not coming back.
There might be other timed things that happen once that is a special opportunity to get a thing.
What I was going to suggest is that for thinking about like better rewards for Prestige, right? Not Legacy. Legacy is not coming back. But thinking about better reward for Prestige and everything, I'm going to try to put down a survey and see what would you guys want for prestiging. Like, what would you guys want? So that's actually what we're doing. Nurse on next map, is it tested? Yes, it is, and it's still ongoing testing. There's still ongoing testing.
Can you do something about the collision detection of the nurse? How is it that she's hit through survivors who are vaulting over a window or pallet and hit the window instead? Technically, that mechanic should be the same for every single killer. You're saying that you've experienced very, very different behavior from the nurse.
Yes, so it's very different for the nurse. What we think is it's about so the collision on the object is a little bit bigger than the object itself, and with the nurse, since the lunge is going forward like that, and you're kind of over the object, it seems like you're hitting nothing, but actually there's an object in the collision. So right now we're looking into making these collision a lot smaller, a lot closer to the object, to prevent that. So yeah.
Fresh clothes for the first survivors. Yeah, no, nobody has anything clean in this game.
No.
Maybe the New Year shirts were slightly cleaner, but no, that's not happening. Okay. In PTB, the camera movement of the nurse is really weird after a blink. Many nurse players complained about this. It has been fixed. You haven't seen the fix because we didn't repatch the PTB, but it's been fixed. Will we ever have perks similar to obsession perks for survivors that give a bonus as long as they're bound survivors alive? Like BFF perks instead of obsession. I like the idea. We talked together. It's a really cool thing that could absolutely be done.
Asking for console version or summer.
Yeah, it's still the date. Yeah. Summer. Will reverse hex perks be a thing like Fool's Greed? Absolutely. We talked about it earlier. What about passive hex perks? Yeah, there's some of the reworked stuff that's getting to be closer to that. So the hex perks, the hexes as a general thing are being used more and more and integrated in different ways. And so, yeah.
So we talk about this or?
What? This? We're done with this?
This, yeah.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that we do all of them.
All right. Okay, could it be possible to give Hex Thrill of the Hunt its own unique notification, since when you get multiple notifications or you get notifications while you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes hard to tell, even if with the current notification, that someone is working on your totem? It's a valid concern. I don't know high of a priority it is as opposed to the other things, but yeah, it can be a bother. I agree. What happened to the soundtrack that used to play in the killer's ear? It used to be so good for immersion as a killer. Please check it out in game, but I haven't heard it in ages. So I don't know about that. I made a note to ask Fred Poirier, our audio guy. I didn't notice anything this different, but I see so many weird in-between builds that I may be completely off my rockers. Why does Bloodlust decay so fast? Destroying pallets and vaulting windows are basically countering the buildup of Bloodlust. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Overcoming obstacles should increase your Bloodlust. It should not, actually. Anything other than running at someone should more or less decrease your Bloodlust. What is the third letter in the new killer's name? So I asked Dave if I could say anything about that. And he said, yeah, you can give them the third letter of the killer's name, and the third letter is an E.
We have a question.
Yep.
Down the line, would it be possible to get a killer controlled by 2 players?
Yeah, or having a player control 2 killers, like
or
twins or something.
Like a gaming mode kind
of.
of.
Yeah, well, the idea of having a mode where you have 2 killers and many more survivors and things like that is something that we've wanted to do for a while. Xenoborg has a really cool question here. It says, like the Billy flick, are there other old redacted bugs or events you would like to bring back into the game in the form of proper features? So the flick would actually be, you know, something that we'd like to do well if we're doing it for real. The other thing I put in there is absolutely amazing bug that we had at some point in production where one of the levels was loading with no lights at all, and it was just pitch black, and you had a few like points of lights here and there, and then the flashlight actually showed you what was around you, so it was a pitch black level. It was so much fun to play with. It was unplayable, more or less, but it was so much fun, and it looked so amazing. We'd love to be able to do something like that at some point, where you have an offering or something that would lead into a level that's pitch black and all you have is your flashlight.
They're starting to say that I'm the killer.
Oh.
Because, you know, Queen with the E and purple.
Obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
Will the streamer exclusive be altered a bit for the charity pack? No, they will not. But the description will be different.
If Myers is not supposed to chase an evil within one and won't receive any bloodlust, what about the add-on scratch mirrors?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember what this one does.
That's the one that you see the survivor through the wall, right? If I'm not mistaken. By heart, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What is this?
I'm sorry about that.
Bring back Dwag. No, that was just scary.
Merch. They're asking about rate plush merch when?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Merch when?
So merch is something that I feel it's difficult for me to talk about without getting upset. It's coming. I've been told it will be here very soon. I can't do this. It's not here yet. I'm upset. I want my merch. I'm right there with you. Merch when? There you go.
Because we do
it's good once in a while to be part of the community. Will there be more lore-like novels, comic books, or even CGI films? Yes. Well, I really hope so. We're talking to a few people out there who are interested in doing graphic novels and things about the game. I'd love that. I would love that, and we are open to that.
The add-on of Meyer, it makes it so you can't pass level evil within one, right? Well, you won't get bloodlust. That's a choice that you have to make.
Okay.
Right?
That's it.
Ag, skin, buff. I'm surprised we didn't have more questions about the ag, because in the current state in the PTB, like you guys tried her, she was scary freaking good on camping, and you know, there was a lot of outrage about it. And I've been told that it was okay to talk about it right now. So crouching won't trigger the traps.
Yeah. Even walking slowly. So if you're using a controller and you're just walking a little bit.
Yeah. so it is not going to trigger the traps. So we're going to see how it goes, and of course there's going to be balance all the time, right?
Yeah, a lot of people have been pointing out that there was a typo right here. I'm well aware. I told Bjorn it's fine. He's gonna fix it. It's not a big deal. Next week. It's gonna be. We don't fix this live because obviously it's not necessary. But it'll be better next week, right? Right? Yeah. Thank you.
When is that triple blood point weekend? Good question.
It's not this weekend. This one is a double blood point. What do we have here? Do you plan on making a way to upgrade to the deluxe edition of the game for those of us who brought the regular version? I want the art book, and as far as I'm aware, this is the only way to get it. This is ridiculous. I was convinced that this was actually fixed. I know it was possible to upgrade to the deluxe edition, so I'll double check with our group because I thought it was a thing, and it has been a thing for a bit, so I'll recheck this with marketing.
All right.
It should be.
Question about Billy. Was it intended? It was intended, but overtuned. And it's going to be fixed.
With
Billy,
oh yeah.
The Billy turning.
Yeah. So it was
PTB.
We were tweaking it, and then it got tweaked way too much, and so we reverted it to a tweaked version. It's going to be different from what it was, but it's not going to be that. The new version of the map Macmillan State when? Not just now.
Can we get a system to sell unwanted items, add-ons, offering in-game store is in the plans. It is not right now. It's not gonna happen now.
Yeah.
We have a ton of other things to do before.
Yeah, but it'd be nice. It will be nice when it comes in. Can there be additional intro movies involving other killers? These intro movies can play at random and can be similar to the original one conceptually. So if you're talking about the movie that plays at the beginning of the game, that intro movie with the characters that are not in the game, actually, there might be others, but we're not going to do some with every other killer. These things are very expensive to do, and I don't think that's where you want us to spend our money right now. What else we got? Everyone wants a teaser for Killer, but how about Survivor? Maybe some lore. So the next chapter's teaser trailer will feature the Survivor featured in that chapter trailer.
There we go. Answer for deals.
Are we done?
We're done for that. We don't have stats this week. Did we forget about that? I think
no, we had more. We have more. What's this?
I can.
Okay. Would you ever buff Raid so he can phase through walls and objects while invisible? That's a completely different killer. Yep. But he could have had some add-ons, that do more. Maybe we'll add more at some point, but I don't think so.
Show us.
Borrowed time blocks double damage in injured state. Bug or intended? That's a bug.
No. It blocks double damage. What they mean is when you hit basically it's working as intended. If you read how the perk is working,
when you're in injured state, you should still be standing.
You should be standing until the timer is out. So you either heal before the timer is out, or you go and die in a corner.
Yeah. All right. Can you rework the Hag's Ultra Rare add-on Mint Rag so we can only teleport to traps that have been triggered by Survivor, not to all existing ones? Sometimes instead of destroying pallets or picking up a Survivor, you can teleport to random maps. Absolutely. So right now we're looking at two things. First of all, changing the button so that it's not on the same button. And the other thing is showing outlines of the different traps so that you know exactly which one you're going to go.
Yeah.
Proximity alert back for spies from the shadows. The way the perk works right now makes it useless.
Basically, Steph told me that in 1.5, this should be working better. So if we can have your feedback on that, that would be amazing. There you go. Is Bloodlust in the new patch? Yes, it is. We answered the endgame store.
Instead of buff and nerf, can't you make the maps for the ranks? Rank 2015 this map, rank 14 to 8 less pallets, rank 7 to 1 much less pallets. That's an interesting idea.
Except the fact that the ranks right now are not really a good way
representation
the representation on the skill level.
Yeah.
So in this actual rank system, no, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Please make me a survivor.
I'm not sure what that means. What do we have here? Oh, hello, developers from DBD. I'm from Russia. I have a question for you. Are you going to do tournaments for the game? So, hello,
yes.
friend from Russia.
How we were thinking about
Well, we talked about it quite a lot. But
yeah, how we were thinking about doing it is, for example, we have places where there's an immense amount of players. For example, Russia, China, North America, Europe all together. So those are Thailand too. So those are the biggest player base that we have. And when we have the tournament set up, decided and worked on, and when it's done, and we're gonna have tournaments, official tournaments in different places around the world. Of course, we're not gonna stay only in North America. So that's a promise.
All right. Now that you've buffed the killer's chasing potential, any plan on making survivors harder to track and rewarding them for being stealthy? Next PTB, they will have a new lunge attack that we're testing. That should be very interesting. It's going to be a little harder to hit them. So, there. We only have a few minutes left. I want to make sure we don't miss our from the web. Oh, we also have a message. We didn't play a video at the beginning of the show today, as you may have noticed. And one of the reasons for that is the fact that there's a lot of really cool videos out there, but if you're using copyrighted licensed music in your video, we cannot show it on the stream, which is a shame. So there's a lot of really cool license-free music out there. If you use that in your videos, there's a much higher chance, well actually there's a chance we'll be playing it, because if you don't, then there's no chance we'll be playing it. So for those of you out there making videos, either you make your own music or you get some license-free music and you put that in your video, because we want to show more videos that are good. Now, can I see some stuff from the web? Oh! The first thing here is from DVD, what's it called again? I'm so sorry. It is...
Headcanon.
Yeah, Headcanon. DVD Headcanon. Beautiful ink artwork there. The next one I have is from DS. This is spectacular. I love it quite a lot, especially the old mug that got broken. The pieces are still kept as a relic next to Dave's desk, and I like that there's entity tentacles on it. I think I look a little buff in there. That might not be representative, but still good.
Not that I was gonna say that, but like, yeah. But you have a trap, like right there.
Yeah.
Don't touch this paper.
The next one is from Kapustin, our friend, our Russian friend with a great car, who keeps making those really nice props from the game. Thank you very much. We also have here from... Oh, I don't have this one here in my list. Who's that from?
It's GPig.
Ah.
Like right there.
There we go. Beautiful little lineup there. Next we have... Oh, that's some great charcoal, probably, artwork. Very nicely done. Completely different style from what we usually have. Next one. Who's that from, by the way? I didn't name it.
Martin's Odin Fryer.
There you go. Martin Odin's Fryer. Then we have, obviously, the name is on there. You can see it. I can't see it because of the camera. See, that's it. It doesn't matter.
Vika.
Vika.
Vika recipe.
Thank you. Then we have Not the Basement returning this week with this beautiful layout. Thank you. It's a lot of band-aids. And then Rinri Trapper. We always need a colorful one to end the show with. Thank you very much. That's a very happy trapper right there. I like it. All right. What else we got?
Of course, it doesn't matter for Dwight. Sorry. This one was fun.
We have a few quick questions here. Will there be offerings that allow us to change the lighting on the map? For example, having Heavenfield lighting on the cornfield. That'd be cool, but it wouldn't be that simple. But we wanna try a little variation on the lighting. Yes.
Which killer was harder to design?
To design?
Yeah, that or to make. That was a question.
The hag went through many iterations before we ended up on the look we liked, because it's a very simple mesh in a sense. It's just like it's just the body, but the material had to be right, and the hair, the first version of the hair didn't work at all, so we had to change everything. We went back on a few. The fact also was that she doesn't carry a weapon. One of her arms is a weapon.
The arm is
so
the weapon, so it's different.
It was very. There's a lot of long discussions about it, but it's one of the ones that I think turned out really cool. Although I do like all of our killers, so really.
Question: can we have a chat in the game, an in-game chat, but not like voice chat? Just
you
chat.
have two things you can say. You can say this.
Come here.
And you can go like this.
Go like that.
There you go.
After 4
Not
times
like
you
this.
pop that gem, go away.
There you go.
Actually,
We
people are
have
pointing
here
away.
Pip and Dip saying thank you, not Queen and then Côté, for doing these things. Appreciate you guys. Looking forward to the future patch content coming up. Thank you very much, Pip and Dip. Just want to say how much we appreciate that you actually listen to us, the community, and let us take a big part in this game. Thank you, devs. Wow. Okay, that's nice.
What is the best way to contact us personally? Honestly, the amount of message we get every day
It's a little
is
difficult.
a little difficult. It's a little intense, and sometimes they can be answered by mods. They can be answered by forums if you go and look around in forums
It
and
depends
everything.
what the content is that you're trying to get through. If you have a really cool idea or suggestion or thing like that, ideally things like Steam forums and Reddit are good because the community will bump you if
Yes.
there is actually a good idea. And then if you
Definitely.
come with the weight of a lot of people saying, yes, listen to this, it'll actually work better. If it's a bug or a problem or an issue that you have that's personal, then go through the DBD, Dead by Daylight at bhvr.com. You'll be put through the system. We have a way to address all of these. It takes a little while, sometimes a week, sometimes 2. Sorry, we're doing what we can to make this faster, but you will get a response in the end. And if it's just because you want to chit-chat with us, I don't know, screen things on Twitter, and if you're lucky, we might notice.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense. Also, if you're contacting me personally for codes, chances are you're not gonna get it.
Yeah. Okay. Other stuff. Easter double blood point special announcement. That's part of the recap here.
Recap.
So big news. We have the. Where's my sheet? Oh, it's right here. So I have the Alienware Dead by Daylight giveaway that started today. I've got a little more information. So it seems like you need to be level 20 Alienware something. So get that going. Then there's the Twitch Brazil Comic-Con that starts today. They're going to have a tournament. It's going to be awesome. If you're in Brazil, go see them. Also, they will be getting some really cool exclusive codes for a Claudette shirt that looks very good. What do we have? Oh, yes. Let's go back to 1.5. We are figuring out the last glitch in there, which is a freeze that we're trying to pinpoint. As soon as we've settled that, we will push that to the live, which means probably early next week if all goes well. If all goes well. Because it's not going to be today, even if we fix it right now. Even if they fixed it while I'm looking at this,
we're not going to push it today. Weekend. Not going to happen.
And then as soon as that is done, and we have a live with 1.5 and everybody's happy, then we're going to have the DLC released quickly thereafter.
So 1.5, then DLC. Listen.
There you go. That's it. It's simple. And then last thing is I have words of wisdom, which actually had something that was super deep but a little depressing. And I decided, you know what? I don't need this. Sometimes it's important. I liked my words of wisdom. I don't know about you people. You might actually not give a shit and all you want is wiggle points. I don't know. But what I'll say today is something that I said probably 8 or 9 months ago in another stream. I don't think it can be repeated too much. Just call your mom. If you still have a mom that you can call right now, or if you do have a mom, take 5 minutes and call your mom. Just do that. Or your dad, if that works for you. But seriously, your mom is waiting right now for you to call, and she'll be happy. I'll be doing that, personally, after this. So I think that's it, really.
All right.
Do you have anything else we want to add?
Not for now.
How's it been going so far for you?
It's a little intense.
Yeah.
People are really intense.
Well, we don't...
But job is amazing and super fun. And basically people need to understand that my work is not only, Twitch shirt codes and being in stream. There's a lot of other things that I need to do behind it. So this is why sometimes it's going to take a long time before I can get to you. But I will get to you.
Oh crap X, I will not call your mom, unfortunately. She didn't leave a phone number.
Sometimes there are issues that you can't heal, recover, and wiggle. Yes, it is on the list.
All right, then.
There we go.
All right. Cool. That's it. I've got nothing else.
See you next week.
It was really fun. See you next week. And
we will update you. Like the second I have official answers on when the patch, when the DLC and everything, we'll update you. All right?
There you go.
Have a nice weekend. Have a nice blood hunt.
Thanks for joining us again. Is that your new move?
Okay. My